All right, what's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. As always, I'm your host, Nino Sparks, aka the Mid Range Bully. Now, we made it, baby. We're back. NBA season is here. We made it through the preseason, that bullshit ass preseason. Sidebar, can we just get away with the preseason? Can we just do away with it? I mean, I get it from a global aspect. You know, you got fans around the world that normally wouldn't get to see an NBA game. That's cool for them. Can we just make it like 2 games? If nobody's going to play, seriously. Anyway, that's another story for another day. But we got a lot to talk about. The real season is here. And as always, like we do in the beginning of the season, we're going to play a little game I like to call Contender or Pretender. And we just going to run through all the teams that we think are in contention, that we think can be in contention, and the teams that we think ain't really doing shit or they pretending like they going to do something. But as always, before we get into it, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell, stay tapped in. Let's get this shit. Okay, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start with the Western Conference. Right now, sitting in number one, we got the Spurs, baby. The Spurs. Is it too early to call them a contender? I think not. Now, when we say contender, we don't mean every team's not going to win a championship. Only one team can win a championship. So when we say contender, we mean, what's their ceiling? What is their ceiling going to be? And when I say we, I'm not referring to myself as a third person. I'm talking about you guys as well. You guys there in the comments section. Let me know who you think is a contender or a pretender. And I don't think it's too early to call the Spurs contenders, playoff contenders. I think they're going to be the real deal. What I seen last night from the Spurs didn't show me any different. Or excuse me, from what I seen from their first game. I seen everything I need to see from Wemby, man. Give him the MVP right now. It might be too early, but he got one coming. In the next 1 or 2 seasons, MVP Wemby is gonna be a real deal. He's gonna be the real deal, man. What I seen from Vassell looking good. Johnson looking good. They whole cast. It seems like now, not only do they have a team, it seems like the guys are more defined in their roles. What their role's gonna be. You've seen Calvin Johnson in his role. It looks like he's gonna be in that 6 man type role. And you know, making defensive plays. He's gonna be in there in clutch time. They got a good team, man. As far as being young, they got a nice, young, good team and a good core, and they're gonna be a problem within the next few seasons. I mean, like at the top. But we still got to see. It's a long season. They could end up, losing like 10 in a row or some shit like that, depending on how tough their season is. But we're going to tap back in on the Spurs. I don't really talk about the Spurs because I'm a Laker fan and I don't really like the Spurs, to be honest with you. It's a lot of teams I don't like as a Laker fan. But as a Laker fan, it's a lot of teams that don't like us. So, it comes with it. But Wemby, man, he was whooping, man. He was going to work on Anthony Davis, and I love Anthony Davis, and we're gonna get to him when we get to Dallas. But dude, Anthony Davis, I don't know if it's what's going on. I don't know what he does in the off season, but it does not work. Whatever his regimen is in the off season, it does not work, and I've seen enough of it as him as a Laker fan. And I love Anthony Davis. I still think he should be a Hall of Famer one day. But man, he looks out of shape. He looks a step slow, and maybe I don't know. Like he does not seem like the kind of guy can just get himself in shape mid-season. Like I don't see that happening, and he needs to get. I think he'll play better. There was time like him hitting threes. His three shot looked good. I don't know where that was with the Lakers, but I don't want to get too far into it. But yeah, Wemby was fucking him up. Let's keep it real. He was fucking him up. He was fucking up Lively. Anybody they put on him, come get this work. He had one move over Lively where he went through the leg, stepped back, and hit it over him. You know what I'm saying? With the and one. Like, come on, dude. Dude's like 100 feet tall doing that shit. But yeah, that's all the love I'm going to give to the Spurs right now. They look good. They look damn good. I could see them going on a little roll. It looks like they got a good mix of vets in there. We'll see what it looks like when De'Aaron Fox comes back. Can they hit another gear with him? Because if they look too good without him, he might be on the trade block. Let's just keep it real. But let's get into the next. We're gonna get into the Warriors. The Warriors, who beat my team. who I knew was going to beat my team. That's why I didn't do a video on it, because I didn't want to do a video about them beating my team. But there was no way in hell you're beating Steph Curry without LeBron. And we might do it at some point. We got to see them 4 times. So we might do it at some point during the season. We might get a game on them, when they just got their guard down. Maybe we catch them on a back-to-back, something like that. But you knew it wasn't. We're not, especially if we got to match up. If we got to see them in the playoffs, we're not beating them without LeBron. Even with LeBron, they might get us. They might be a bad matchup for us all season. That's what that looked like to me. It looked like just a good old ass whooping. It was never that close. Luka was going crazy, doing everything for the Lakers to win, and we just couldn't. The Warriors just had a better team. You could even say they got better players. I expect big things from the Warriors. This gonna be the last. I think they last little hurrah. We'll see what happens. We'll see how they can retool again. It looks like they're gonna build up Jonathan Kuminga so he can be that trade asset. Can they be in contention to go get a Giannis? That could stretch that little window. I don't know how they're going to afford everybody. Because Draymond's getting paid a lot of money. Jimmy Butler's getting paid a lot of money. You just gave him that extension. Steph getting paid a lot of money. And then you think you're going to add Giannis? I don't know how that works. I'm not going to break all that down. I'm going to do the aprons and all of that type shit. I don't even like to discuss other people's money. But in basketball terminology, it just seems like that would be, hey, I never saw Luka being on the Lakers, so I wouldn't rule it out that they could go get a Giannis. But I don't think they have the best trade package, unless the Bucks really believe Jonathan Kuminga is going to be a star. And who knows, maybe he plays like that this season. He was playing like that against my Lakers. He was playing both sides of the ball like that. But superstar, Giannis replacement, I don't see that. Because it would be what? Jonathan Kuminga, probably throw Moses Moody in there. Podziemski gonna have to be in there. It's getting thin now. Who else you got? And that says a lot about Steve Kerr and the Warriors front office. They have not drafted well. Let's just be honest. You probably hit on Podziemski. He's a good pick. Jonathan Kuminga, you've mishandled that the last few seasons. You definitely fucked up with Jordan Poole. I don't know how you should have just kept him and got rid of Draymond, but you wasn't going to do that because Steph is not going to play without Draymond. And that's facts. If you think it's Steve Kerr, they trying to parade it up like it's Steve Kerr that wants Draymond to end, and it's Steph that wants Draymond to end his career in a Warriors jersey. And he probably wanted the same for Clay, but that didn't happen, so you already fucked up with Steph. You should have drafted LaMelo Ball, but these are all stories for another day. As far as where the Warriors are at right now, I think this is their last year, and we'll see what happens. They look good. I'm not going to front. They look good. But there's a lot of other teams that look good. But I think they're going to be in the top conversation. The West, people keep saying the West is stacked. I don't think it's as stacked as people think. I think there are a few teams in the West, maybe 5, that really have a solid shot, and then there are a bunch of good teams. So we're going to get into the third one, which will be the Timberwolves. T-Wolves. We got to end Warriors, contender. T-Wolves, contender as well. We got to give them that. Ant-Man is here. He going to be in the playoffs every year. That just is what it is. And I'm going to try to do these a lot smoother because we already 9 minutes in. But yeah, T-Wolves, I didn't watch their game. But the T-Wolves, they look like the same team. They got most of the same guys. I'm expecting them to be in the mix as well all season. Ant-Man, I'm expecting to be in the MVP conversation all season. Julius Randle, I'm expecting him to do his thing. Naz Reid, I'm expecting him to do his thing. And we'll see where they all measure up. But I think the T-Wolves, they could be a team that you see have some still going through some growing pains, and we'll see what they end up doing, towards the trade deadline. Them losing Alexander Walker, we'll see how that shapes out. But I still expect the T Wolves to be contenders. The Jazz, pretenders. But I like what they got. I like Keontae George. I like the other dude. I think it's Clinton Jr. or Clayton Jr. I like him. And Ace Bailey. That might be my new favorite player. He needs to be starting. You're not going anywhere. Why is he not starting? He definitely needs, at some point during the season, he needs to be starting. But they beat the bejesus out of the Clippers. And we'll get to the Clippers. But Jazz, pretenders for now. But in the next couple of seasons, they're going to be a problem when they hand Ace Bailey them keys. Because he the motherfucking truth. That's T-Mac. That's T-Mac 2.0. He got T-Mac in his game. He got Melo in his game. He got some Kobe in his game. Put him in that starting lineup and let's see what's cracking. Then we're going to get to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, man, I don't know what to say about the Grizzlies. They should be contenders, but I want to say pretenders. And not because they're bad, but just the injuries, man. It's just a plethora. Like, we can't trust it. I can't trust that they're going to be in the mix 25 games in. It seems like they're just going to revert. But if Ja is healthy, talking about playing 82 games, I don't know about that. But if he plays 60 games, then they're contenders. Because Ja is that damn good. Anytime he's on that court, he's that damn good. I've never seen Ja have a game where I'm really disappointed in his performance. And I know he's had some bad games. But anytime you see that dude play, it's electrifying. But as of right now, I'm going to call them pretenders because I don't know if they're going to be around 25 games from now. The Suns. Suns are pretenders, man. It's time. I feel Devin Booker it's going to be like a Dame situation where you just waited too long to get up out of there. And at some point, we got to start the same way James Harden. I'm a big fan of James Harden, but the same way at some point I had to point the finger at him. Like, you don't play with everybody, dog. At some point, when is it you? When is it your turn? Devin Booker, we getting there with you. For the longest, it was, man, if he had some actual good teammates, maybe he could do something. Then you had Mikal Bridges. You had a Cam Johnson. You they drafted the number 1 pick in DeAndre Ayton. Then you got Chris Paul. Y'all made it to the final. Y'all lost. Then you had KD on your team. You had Bradley Beal on your team. I know a lot of people are down on Bradley Beal, but let's not act like he was just leading the league in scoring. And maybe that's because he was on the Wizards and they weren't doing much else. But let's not act like he wasn't one of the top guys that people were trying to trade for, the teams were trying to trade for. You done played with some people now. At some point, it's time to get up out of there. You done did everything that you can do. You're going to go down as one of their best players. I just don't know if they got, like, who else can they bring you at this point? So we're going to call the Suns pretenders. The Thunder. The Thunder look like they can two-peat. They look like they should two-peat. And I hate how these ESPN guys can religiously keep saying every year, it don't matter who wins MVP. Jokic is the best player in the world. Jokic is the best player in the world. The best player in the world is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's been that way for like the last 3 seasons. And it's going to be that way for the next 5 years. He ain't going nowhere. His game is going nowhere. Did you watch that game? 24 in the fourth quarter, he might win his second MVP. Even though I got Luka, Thunder are legit contenders. The Rockets, legit contenders. KD ain't going nowhere. KD could play like this. He could play 30 seasons like this. Now it's the injuries. But other than that game is going nowhere. It will never decline. He will forever be a walking bucket. Now I got concerns about the point guard situation. Who's going to be the point guard down the road? Because I like Reed Shepherd, but it was times, and they're going to go through that during the season. I like Thompson starting at point guard. But, man, if Fred VanVleet was healthy, at some point, you're going to have to go get you another point guard. You're going to need it down the road. But even still, the Rockets are contenders. Trailblazers, we're just going to start running through these. Trailblazers, pretenders. Kings, pretenders. The Kings, bro. Oh, my goodness. What a mess. What a man. You want to talk about teams that haven't drafted well? Teams that look like they don't know what they're doing? Like, what are y'all doing? None of the players on their team make sense. The young dudes don't make sense on the team. The older dudes don't make sense on the team. And I'm always root for my LA guys. I'm always root for DeRozan to win. I'm always root for Westbrook to win. I've always been a Zach LaVine fan. Always been a Schroeder fan. All of them guys together, I just don't. And maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it come. I didn't even watch that game. And I'm not going to watch a lot of their games because, like the Spurs, I do not like the Sacramento Kings. And I'm just being honest. Pelicans, pretenders. Trey Murphy looks really good. Trey Murphy looks damn good. But is Zion going to be around 25 games from now? At what point does he ask out? Then we get to my Lakers. We was all over the damn place. Luka should be the MVP if he's healthy. He should be the MVP off the rip. If it's not Shea, it should be Luka. That damn good. That damn good. You've seen it with the Slovenian national team. Hell, we might as well have them out there. Austin Reeves, we need you to have a good year for multiple reasons. You need you to have a good year because you need that new contract, and you're going to get it. With the way you play, you're going to get, he's looking at least $35 million a year. 30 to 35. He that good. But the Lakers need you to be good. A, to see if you're a great fit with next to Luka. That's the obvious thing. And then the other thing is, you're going to be a trade asset this season if you're not good with him. If you're good and he's good, but the team's not that good, we're going to have to wrap it up. Because Luka, that's our future for the next 10 years. I don't know what he's going to look like in 10 years, if he's going to be able to keep that weight off, if he's going to be able to play that many more years. He should be. But I think outside of the Knicks, the Lakers have the best trade package for Giannis. And we don't get into that conversation on another day. But this team with LeBron, contenders. This team without LeBron, you've seen it. In LeBron, this whole dude was like a fucking statue the whole game. Now maybe he was just analyzing and he deep thinking shit that we ain't even fathom. We can't even fathom. But it looked like it looked disinterested. And it seems that it has seemed that way for a minute now. If you're not happy with the acquisitions of Luka, speak up, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Because I love LeBron, but I love my Lakers even more. And if you're not all in, tell me where you want to go. Because half the teams that are contenders, they either don't have the money for you or they wouldn't want you. You're not a good fit with the Knicks. They want Giannis. They not looking for you. You in Dallas doesn't make any damn sense. You with the Clippers doesn't make any damn sense. You with the Warriors don't make any sense. They can't afford you. Only team I could see you potentially going back to is Cleveland. That's the only if they want you. But if you are gonna roll out a Laker, at some point you need to commit player. You need to say, I want to be a Laker. I want to end it with the Lakers. But all this playing coy and all of that, now, like I said, I'm a huge LeBron fan. But I'm an even bigger fan of the Lakers, and you're going to stop playing with us at some point. We need to see it in action. So we'll see what this team looks like when LeBron gets back on the floor. But I think we can still be contenders. And as far as the other teams, the Clippers will they will forever be pretenders. I'm sorry. The Mavericks, I think, can be contenders. But we'll see. They're another team, health-wise. It's a lot of health questions. At some point, they're going to have to pick a direction. Are you building for the future with Cooper Flag, or are you trying to win the championship? Because at some point, you're going to have to hand this kid the keys. And the last team will be the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets also pretenders. I think it's a wrap. I think it's been a wrap for a few seasons now. And it's going to be a long season for the Nuggets. And people are finally going to see the real and not what the media is just portraying. Oh, look, he's the best player in the world. Let's stop it. But that's all I got for y'all for now. We're gonna tap back in with the Eastern Conference. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Contenders, pretenders. Who 25 games from now? Who's gonna really be? I think we're gonna really get a clear cut example on who's real and who's fake. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. The Spurs, are they the real deal Warriors? Is this their last hurrah? My Lakers, shit, are we pretending? Or is Luka gonna be Luka Magic and win that MVP this year and put the team on his motherfucking back? Y'all let me know. I'll tap back in later. Peace.